when they first join the company, what can people expect? When they walk through the door and they say, okay, I'm with you, I've decided to either join Keller Williams or move from another organization over here. And the first day or two they come into the organization, what should they expect?
Well, first of all, they're going to be treated by world-class staff. And so they're going to meet each of the players on the team, and that's part of the orientation process. So during orientation, they're going to get all the information. They get an introduction to all the systems and tools and shown how to use those tools. Yeah. And then they're going to get the training calendar. And we're going to get them into training right away. And
for some of them, it may be the first time they've ever been put into a training program.
And some of them have been in real estate for 20 plus years.
And never been in a training program.
And never been in a training program. And so we plug them all right into what we actually have 3 levels of training that we teach here at Keller Williams. One is our Camp 443, and that's our launch or relaunch of a real estate career. Yep. And it's all about the basics. But I'll tell you what, people that think about the basics from what their perspective might be in the industry are completely different from what we're teaching in Camp 443. Right. It's about building a business, and it's about taking action real quick. It's about and Camp 443 stands for 4 listings, 4 sales in a 3-month period. And that's the goal.
Start.
Yeah. That's the goal. And actually, it's the toughest part of real estate, isn't it?
It's just getting started, getting that.
When you're continually closing 4 sales and taking 4 listings in a 3-month period, you've just conquered the most challenging part. During that time as well, you're laying the foundation and building your team.
Right.
And what I mean by team is not necessarily employees on your team, but I'm talking about all the support that you need in this industry to, when a client needs to close a transaction and they run into a problem, you've got the people that can help support and get them through that obstacle.
Now, Skip, you mentioned that, we'll get back to what the second step of the training is in a moment. But you mentioned when someone comes, they're going to meet the entire team. So let's define really who they're going to meet. Right. I know there's a system in place for agents who are joining Keller Williams to get support right away and to get introduced and to get into the culture right away. So who are the actual people they're going to meet?
Okay, well, it starts with the operating principal, myself.
You, yeah.
And so my role as an operating principal is really to, well, first of all, I took the risk, right? I took the risk to go out there and invest some money into the franchise opportunity. And second of all, I'm responsible for capital, and I'm also responsible for the vision. So I always have to be thinking about the future and how I can encompass everybody's needs, everybody's dreams, everybody's goals into that vision.
Right.
And then, so it has to be a big one.
Right.
And then lastly, I'm responsible for accountability. And so really, as my role in the operating principal, what I can contribute to the office is to hold the team leader, what we refer to as the team leader or the CEO of our company, accountable to holding our standards and to hitting the goals that holding them accountable to doing the tasks that they need to do day in and day out.
So really, it sounds to me like through the recruiting process and the first day that a newer agent, not a newer, but I mean new to Keller Williams comes to your office, is that you show them the vision.
Yep.
You display the leadership that's available here, and then you start bringing them in and introducing them to the other key leaders and operational people within the team. So they'll meet you, and then they'll meet the team leader, who's really in charge of running kind of like the day-to-day functions of the market center.
Yep.
And who are some of the other key people that they'll meet?
Well, then we've got our market center administrators.
That's the key. That's a good one.
Yeah, and we refer to them as the market center angels, actually, because they are the glue that holds these places together. They're big operations, as I mentioned. We hire a lot of agents, and they're amazing at what they do. And so that person is really responsible for managing the facilities. Yeah. So we want to always maintain great facilities for our agents that are productivity specific environments. And then secondly, they're in charge of communication, and that's a big part of anything, as you know, in any relationship. So that's a task that they have. And they're everybody's best friends because they write the checks. So
they're really responsible for getting the new agent really like set up on the system so they can get paid, displaying the training calendar and how they can start their training, maybe helping them order business cards or that type of thing.
That's correct. And on top of that, they're the chief financial officer of the organization.
So what I like about that is, when someone joins your organization, there's somebody hands-on in the organization who's basically going to take you under their wing.
Correct.
You call them angels,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
And help them get started very quickly, take care of all the administrative tasks, so that agent can start in the business as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and that's right. So the team leader runs the company,
yeah.
and the MCA runs the operations.
Right.
Okay, and then we have our directors of first impression. And so at our office, we don't have an agent answering the phone. We have a professional call coordinator, we refer to as our directors of first impression. And that person's been trained to handle calls in a professional way and make sure that those calls, when they come in, and we all know how important leads are and how quickly it is, and how important it is to quickly respond to those leads. Those calls go to the agents that are responsible for those leads, and that way the agent can quickly follow up with them.
So unlike a lot of businesses these days, you've got live people on staff who are taking calls, answering questions, qualifying leads, passing those leads on, and assisting the agents in basically running their businesses.
Yeah, and to wrap it all up, you've got an agent leadership council who are our agent leaders in our company who are there to help anyone.